Hi. Today is Wednesday, it's about 11 a.m. and I'm dyeing a bunch of yarn today. I had school yesterday. And when I came home there were 2 boxes of yarn, which was great. I'm dyeing a crap ton of ombre cakes. I need to count and see what it is. I'm also doing some ombre socks. This is my pre-order to-do list. Also have some mohair to dye, which is what you saw here on this rack. This is all mohair that I washed. It's kid mohair. This is a lot whiter than my previous batch, which was this one. It was kind of like taupe, so the colors didn't end up as I wanted them, / as I need them for a store order. This was supposed to be a neon, and it's like this nice gold with a hint of green in it, which is kind of interesting. But I can turn on my grow lights. Do the same thing for the one over the bed. Bum, ba, dum, bum. Move some plants around. I had my neon pothos on that wall, and I moved it over here. I think the cold was affecting it a bit. It was starting to wilt. This is a mambo I've been working on for a day or two. Let me show you my bobbin so far. This delicious lock spun. I have this, kitchen sink pink stuff, another mambo that I got tired of making, so I just stopped. New rule, just stop and continue, because like I got tired of all this purple that I wasn't feeling much. But this one I'm still very happy with, and will probably continue until it's. I have water on the stove right now. I'm watching some YouTube videos.
There we go. You got to see me mess up one. I am human.
His name is Tim Kelly. He just, actually need that notebook. His name is Tim Kelly, and he's building a wood stove right now. A wood oven, wood fired kiln. Let's prop this up her. But I haven't dyed yarn on a gas stove in a while, and I forget how quick everything is, and I absolutely love it. It is October 31st, 1 a.m. I think I had 2 minutes left on the camera on this memory card. I just want to show you everything I've dyed in the last 2 days. Earrings by Rocio Art, or Rocio Marie Art. I'm going to show you. I was dyeing azúcar. I was only dyeing 40 skeins. So I dyed it in Quenepa, in Tlaloc, I think is how you say it. It's a Aztec god. And then I dyed it in concrete. Dyed it in Yemaya. Also dyed some Rocket number 9. What's this? This is Frozen? No, not Frozen. Blue Bombsicle. Dyed some mohair locks. These are most likely going to Downtown Yarns. I'm just gonna like dye this whole fleece in a bunch of colors and see which ones she ends up liking. This right here is my little basket full of hand-spun yarn. So I have more of the azúcar because I had to free up the other rack. So I have teal, I have pennies from heaven at the bottom, rock candy, autumn breeze, midtown, and then that's more ombre cakes tucked inside. I also sent out some packages, well, prep packages, so I can send them out tomorrow morning. But this is about it. I have cones to wind off and some DK skeins to turn into cakes and then balls for ombre. But that's gonna be tomorrow's job. Anyways, I'm gonna keep watching this vlog. She's a Filipino graphic design person, graphic designer from somewhere in Canada. And I just love it. They're pretty long vlogs. This one's an hour long. But it's just like her working from home, making stuff on the computer, making stickers, just sitting by a desk and sending files to her Cricut, which I'm kind of into. So, but let me show you. Oh, I have cones. These are the cones I'm going to show you. So tomorrow I have to wind off these cones. Not completely for one of them. I'm gonna be machine knitting hats out of one of them and then dip dyeing them. And then I have these DK skeins. And then after the Rhinebeck Bazaar, the vendors got some yarn. So I'm dyeing that up too, just randomly, and then it'll live in my stash for something. This is a scrap yarn bats in pinks. And I'm going to be winding this into a center pull ball and then applying it against just like an off-white wool. There's at least there's at least 250 yards here as a single. That's a lie. There's at least 300 yards here as a single. So I need to spend the same amount on the other one for the white, so I can apply them together. And then I'll get 2 little skeins of it. So, whatever. I'm going to finish doing dishes, washing yarn. I have to wash hands one too. Listening to this vlog, and I'll catch you later when this kitchen is clean and I'm gonna go take my ass to bed.
Mud and sweat and whole life into...
There it is, my homework. I got this backup, so I'm doing a backup right now. But I am really bad at it because I don't know how to do it right. Anyway, this is when I was dog sitting my boyfriend's sister's kitty and doggy. Oh, he's so cute. Let me show you my body. It's late and I'm gonna talk and it's maybe my clock's running out of batteries. Anyway, so it's day 2. This is or today, right now, Sunday. Maybe Monday, I don't know. So the convention, which is her comic character, pretty up here, and she was like 80 or something. Marvelous, Sailor Moon, work with. So yeah, and then I went back to my table, and then that was it. I will give you the total watching my stuff and follows my work if you are watching this. It really is very, very appreciated. So let me recalculate what I have in my money that I made and then update you right away because my mom, she helped me with it's a couple minutes after I had to charge my camera, but it's going to go into my art money account so I can buy more sticker paper. That's good. Okay, so I have all the bills out here. I'm going to put them back and I have to put them into to the day. So I found exclusive vlog. So that's
all right. So
today.
it is.
And I think
1:40. I have 2 sinks full of yarn, some candied pecans that might have been a complete fail, but oh well. Oh, I still have some pecans there. Chase my pecan. I'm about to let these 2 sinks drain so I can wring this yarn out and hang it up. They are definitely crunchy. But that sugar is definitely burnt. This shit is burnt. And it tastes like malted crunchy sugar. I'm kind of running out of space. In these drying racks. And I'm not sure what's actually dry. I'm just gonna start hanging up shit and move things around tomorrow once everything is dry. It's 4 a.m. November 20th. I can't fall asleep. I am on like 2 or 3 infused treats. I need to be on the train. Oh. I had to free up space on the camera. Anyways, but it's 4 a.m. and I'm getting my life together. Right now I am, is this connected? It is connected. Well, I don't know if I ever showed my tattoos. I got Girl from Invader Zim, and then I got the spider from a flash sheet sale. The artist is called Art by Jar, and I got it at a homegrown New York City event, a paint and chill. But what I'm doing right now, since I can't fall asleep, I am making some mambo kits, which is one of the things on my to-do list. Whoa. Mambo kits. So right now I'm working on this one. Which has 2 hand-carded bats. This one has yarn scraps in it. This one is mainly alpaca and bamboo. This looks like it's silk and oil. Not sure what else. This is some brown baby alpaca, my hand-dyed bamboo, some hand-dyed wool. This is merino, or maybe it's just super soft. I'm not sure if it's actually merino. It may not be breed specific, but this is the color palette so far. Ending it with some natural gotten locks.
Fucking killed her?
It's 11:21. I woke up early enough to go to school, but had no desire to go to school. And then just laid in the shower for a while. Moving on. What I'm going to do now is clean up my room, because it's really messy right now. I'm going to clean up my room, and then I'm going to walk over to a local cafe, get some coffee, get some pastries, or maybe a bagel if they have some dairy-free. If they have some dairy-free tofu, a dairy-free cream cheese. Sit there with some music, plan out what I'm doing today, which is Wednesday. Tomorrow, I'm gonna plan out the rest of November, which isn't much because today's the 20th, and then the rest of December, because I need to catch up on schoolwork, I need to catch up on pre-orders, but I also need to start working on my next thing, which is spinning more yarn and dropping these patterns I want to drop, and working on what the next step for Alex Creates is. So I'm not very happy with dyeing yarn. I'm not very happy with where Alex Creates is right now. I'm kind of like stuck dyeing yarn, and I'm falling out of love with that. I'm really enjoying pottery, and now that I got kicked out of my previous studio, or my first studio, I have the opportunity of pretty much going to a new one, leaving the city after school. Like, I'm not tethered to the city anymore. I'm not tethered to that studio anymore. It wasn't, that landlord wasn't, I don't know how to describe it. Like, the building itself wasn't intentionally put together for artists. It was just a space to rent out, right? So he didn't consider how artists work. Like, we're gonna need Wi-Fi. We benefit from working in a community, and sometimes sharing space is better for some artists, right? So that wasn't something that he really considered, or wasn't built intentionally for it. And I saw a different studio warehouse building in the Bronx that was intentionally made for that. So I would like to move there, move my yarn Alex Creates there, but now that I don't work at a pottery studio, I don't have a pottery studio to work out of after I finish school, and school is pretty much over. And apart from it being over, the last day for wet clay was X, Y, and Z, like it was like maybe 2 weeks ago. So now I just go to school in Glacier. I mean, I haven't gone to school in more than a week now. But I'm gonna still put in work to turn in projects I need to turn in projects I need to turn in. I was talking about studios. All right, so at the pottery studio I used to work at, Moogie, one of the instructors, her name is Janine. She has a studio in the Bronx, and it's literally a block away from where my studio was. So I'm familiar with the area. I actually checked a studio space in that building before I saw the one I moved into. And I'm not sure what the rent entails, so I'm going to go see her tomorrow or Friday. Have not responded yet. I'm going to do that after I finish this clip. But I'm interested in, maybe, since I'm going to be dyeing less yarn, I want to design more yarn. I want to design more patterns and spin more, right? And for that, I don't really need a studio space. If I'll be teaching, I'm going to take advantage of the local yarn store connections I have and other type of connections I have to go host classes there instead of at a MySpace. So what I'm thinking is just getting a studio for ceramics. because one of the things I didn't enjoy when working at a ceramic studio was doing all the stupid labor like mixing glazes and wedging clay and loading kilns for other people, you know? Like, none of that, like, it was very few times that when I was doing all that work, it was actually for myself. It was just like to keep the studio running, which is fine. It was a job, but it wasn't very enjoyable and creative. Like, I did do her windows and stuff, but whatever. So yeah, I think that's kind of the next step. I was looking at one in Brooklyn, which was kind of a trip for me from Upper Manhattan. So this Bronx one, I already know the commute. It's closer. It's closer than Brooklyn, so I'm thinking about it. Anyways, I'm watching some vlog. I think her name is Cheyenne something. I'm gonna link her down below if I remember. But she reminds me of Bailey because she's also just an artist. I think she's also an actress or a singer, or maybe both. I've just watched maybe two. I might be on my third or second vlog of hers. But she sells stickers, uses Procreate a lot, which is why I found her, because I'm trying to understand Procreate. I have Procreate, and one of my goals this year was digital design, and I haven't done any. The ones I have put were the ones that Lexi made. Blue Afro. Anyway, so I kind of like hers because she's working from home, talks about her depression, she lives with her boyfriend, I don't think she has any pets, has a couple plants, but she seems pretty chill. She lives in Seattle, and it's just vlogs like her working from home and doing administrative stuff. Also Evelyn from the internet is someone else that I've been watching, and she's done some admin days. But that's what I'm pretty much doing today. It took 7 minutes for me to get to that point. Today's gonna be an admin day. I have Mambo kits to make, I have papers to write, but before I write those papers, I have to outline the papers, right? So today I'm going to make Mambo kits, outline papers, clean up this room, which I'm gonna do first, and then, yeah, I'm gonna get started. Yeah, whatever. So I have buttons right now, they're all 50% off. All of my buttons are now 50% off until November, I think it's November 26th. I have all that information up right here. And the code is right here. 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 The code is right here. They are all 50% off for this week because guess what? I need money, but also I did not enjoy making them. So I want to get rid of all of them. I'm going to try and show them to you quite quickly because my camera's about to die. This is the other one, which I really like. This was my dragon scales for mugs. Oh, I got a plant yesterday. It's a variegated monstera, and I did a trade for it. Yo, I needed a hat for this. A machine needed a hat, so it took me like 30 minutes. This big aerial root. Did I say that right? But now I want to get a humidifier and a different light for this fucking plant. Okay, so I ended up going to the cafe and to the post office. It was great. I need to leave the house more. When I got back, I had a package on my desk. Why did autofocus cancel? And they are stickers. Whoops, I'm not sure if I was recording or not, but I just got back from the cafe and it's actually been a while, but I got new stickers, or I overspun my brain, restocked on my pineapple, and restocked on the rainbow ice cream, which is this right here. But it was great to get out the house and work a little bit somewhere else. I sat at the cafe and listened to the ladies of the office, I think is what it's called. And I'm up to date, and I think tomorrow's a new episode, so I'm excited for that. But I just made a post on the buttons that are on sale, and they've started to sell, which is great. I made a post before I left to the cafe. Now, after I got back and I got these stickers, I made a post about that, and I added the new sticker to the website and updated the inventory of the other two. Now I'm going to most likely find something to watch on Disney Plus and get back to weighing out the mambo's / cleaning up this room and bringing some type of order. Last night, instead of making the mambo kits, I ended up working on it's a trade with Blue Afro. I was gonna say commission, but it's a trade. I don't do many trades, even though I just mentioned two. The second one I mentioned in this video. But whatever. It is this weird ski mask. And she wants ears on it. So I'm going to probably, she said bunny or bear. I'm gonna try and do some bunny ears since I have some copper wire I bought at Michael's. Opened it and now I can't return it, so I'm stuck with it. I think I'm gonna throw some copper wire over like a triangular shape leaf thing to get the bunny ears and so they can stand up. But I made a list, and apparently since today the moon is in Virgo, it's a perfect day for planning, and that's exactly what I did without even knowing, which means I'm so grounded. Wow, that plant is yellowing. Interesting. But I feel like I've known this for a while, but the lists I make are not realistic. All of this for this week, and there's 5 days left. I was looking at this ceramic residency in Maine. I want to apply to that. It's only 2.5 weeks. Wish it was a bit longer. They do have a longer one, and you're making 550 plates. I'm tempted to apply for that because I'm crazy like that, but that's a shit ton of plates, and I'm not sure if I'm ready for that yet. So I would like to do the other one because you work in a big open space studio with a bunch of other artists, and they're all doing the same exact thing. They have a couple scholarships, and they also have work exchange or a farm exchange program. I kind of want to do the farm exchange program one, but I also would love to do a scholarship, so I'm just making pottery, you know. All right, it's Thursday. No, it's not. It's Saturday, the 20-something. Let's see what day it actually is. The 23rd. The 23rd. Since it's Saturday and I don't have a studio, I can actually go and walk my ass to the post office and send out packages, which is what I'm going to do today. Because I have over 30 right now. This right here is 16 packages, shipping labels for 16 of them. I posted, running out of space, BRB. Okay, I'm back. So I made a post on Instagram about these grab bags right here, and they've all sold out, which is great. I dropped the price a bit. I dropped it to 15. They were $25 grab bags. They're 15 now. Woohoo, woo-ha. They all sold out, which is great. So now I have some more space. But some people said they've missed out, and I still have a lot of yarn that I am not gonna put on my website. So I was thinking of turning them into knitted hats for local shows and trunk shows and consignment shops. But I have like I have a lot of yarn like that, so I could probably do a couple more grab bags, which is I might do that by Monday because I'm running low on poly mailers. Since I'm running low on poly mailers, I just ordered some, but I don't really want to go through these and just turn those into grab bags at the moment. These are the bigger size, which I don't really use much of. I use these a lot more. I should have ordered more of those actually. I just ordered 100. So I'm to go to the post office. I have to go drop off some buttons at Nitty City because Hub City Fibers, aka Lillian, she's doing a trunk show there. I'm doing a trunk show there in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. The first weekend in December. I saw a studio yesterday. I forgot to mention that, so I might have mentioned the one that I saw before that. But this one, actually, the one I saw was a block away from my previous studio, my first studio, and it's actually in a building that I went and saw a studio before, so it was kind of interesting that, like, full circle, right? It's a instructor at the ceramic studio I used to work at. That's her studio, and she's looking for someone to sublet it, someone to share it with. Since she's already a ceramicist, the space is quite big. But she already has a kiln. She already orders clay and stuff, so I can order it with her. Share her kiln. I just need to find a wheel. I don't have a wheel. But I told her like January is when I'm gonna get back to her. So someone might get it before that. Someone might respond to her and take that space before, which will suck, but it's life, right? I don't have money to do that right now. But just working from home is not fun. Being stuck at home with my parents is not great. It's like fucking up my brain a bit. But I really like the space. It's windows, open concept, da 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 da. She wants $850 a month. Which is less than what I was paying at my studio before. But I could do both things. I could have ceramics there and I could have yarn there. I'm actually really considering still dyeing yarn from home, simply because of the situation with sinks at studios. Most of them don't have sinks in their space. You have to I need to cart water into my space, which isn't a big deal, but it slows down the process and you're carrying water over and over again. It takes a toll on your body. So my hope is whenever I find a studio, if it doesn't have a space, it doesn't have a sink in the space, I will still be dyeing yarn here, but I'll like carve out a little section in the living room again where I'm dyeing and drying yarn, because right now I'm dyeing yarn in the kitchen. There's no space in the living room because my mom's a hoarder, so I bring stuff into my room to dry for the most part. I have done it in the living room, but it's like kind of in the way in the living room. But once I take my stuff out, there's more space and I can have more drying racks there. And if all I'm doing is dyeing yarn here, that means I'm just getting boxes of undyed yarn here, and then like backpacking, hauling and lugging it to the studio, which will be the warehouse and the shipping area. That's my plan right now for Alex Creates. Anyways, I'm gonna finish drinking my coffee. So you just turn on the radio. I'm listening to my professor. She's a DJ. I mentioned it on Instagram, so you might follow me. You might know if you follow me. So I actually want to get back by 4 because she's going to be live at 4. She's a huge Prince fan, and I just want to. This would be just my background noise for it. I'll catch you later. Probably when I go to the post office or the Nitty City. That's it. And now, oh, there's only 5 minutes. Joan? That's my girl Joan.
Here we are at my Nitty City trunk show. I took over Alex's camera. Here he is. But you guys are probably sick of seeing him.
The person that's anyways.
The person that vlogs. He's a vlogger now. And I'm just learning some skills.
Oh, my headphones are connected.
Oh, so you can hear this?
No, my phone, someone just called me, but they want my money and I don't have money for you.
Yeah. Whoever you are.
Debt collectors.
Yeah. Alright.
Just finished cleaning up my room because it was a hot mess and it was just cluttering up my mind too. It is 10:30. I've been home for at least 4 hours. And I just finished cleaning up my room because I've been a procrastinating mess. Yeah, anyways, I'm not gonna get stuck on that. I have a list to do, but now that my room is clean, and I'm watching this video on the habits of effective artists, which I'm gonna take notes on after. And I actually know what I'm gonna use. So I was watching another vlog earlier. I'm gonna link her down below. It's Cheyenne something. She's Swedish, but lives in Seattle. I literally just started watching her vlogs like last week maybe. So I'm not sure. I don't have much background information of her, but that. But she has a bullet journal, and I got this journal from the Rhinebeck Bazaar. They gave this to all the vendors, Nomad, and I really like it. I mean, it's just a journal, it's nothing special, but interesting. I'm gonna start using it as a bullet journal, which is just like this journal you use to put stuff on. Ooh, I love this spot right here. I don't like that my back is there, but whatever. So I'm gonna start using this as a bullet journal. So I'm gonna actually take notes of this video on here, and then after I'm done with this video, after I'm done rolling this J, I'm going to outline all 3 papers. So I have, or actually 2 papers. So I have 1 paper for 1 art history class. I'm taking 2 art history classes this semester. I graduate in February. So this one is religious art museum paper. I already picked the 2 arts, but I need to submit my artwork selection to the professor by Monday. Today is Saturday. I'll do that shortly. This is the first one, which I went to the FIT museum. A description of activists, artwork, and museum experience. Activists. That might have been a typo or something. That sounds weird. Because we're not in an activism class. Anyways, that's 1 paper. The other one is create a guide. I need to read more on this. So I need to create an outline for all 3 of them, or for these first 2, which are for my Art 34 class, which is my hybrid class, which is really fucking nice. If you ever have a chance to go to a hybrid class or take a hybrid class, especially like this one. I mean, I live in New York City and there's a crap ton of museums, so maybe they're only here. But this is a hybrid class where our lectures are held at museums, and then we submit discussions online and papers online. And I think it's an eye-opening experience, especially being born in New York City and not going to these museums. I love it. I took it last fall and withdrew, and I took it again this class, or this semester, because I actually really love the professor, and the class itself is pretty cool. So I have 2 papers for that class, and then 1 for the other art history class, which is prehistoric to Renaissance, I believe, which is comparing religious art. That one's a really boring class, simply because you're stuck in class, and It's just darkroom and PowerPoint, but that's how most art history classes are. Anyways, I'm gonna end this vlog here, and I'll edit this tomorrow or Monday evening after school. Bye. Bow and apple tea. I'm kidding. Check everything down below. All my links are below. If you're a Patreon, thank you so much. Or if you're a patron, whoops. But I'm gonna end this video right here. Thank you so much for my patrons for supporting me. That's what helps me put on these videos. My camera's about to die. Talk to you in the next vlog. I don't know when it's